Welcome back to the Catnip Podcast. My name is Grace and today is Monday, December 2nd. This is a podcast about knitting, books, baking, and cats, but most importantly knitting because that is what I love to do all day, every day. And goodness gracious, do I have a lot of knitting to show you today. If you'd like to follow me on any of my social medias, I will have Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and Ravelry. I'm most active on Instagram, so please go follow me over on there if you'd like, or all of the above, or none of the above. Whatever you so desire. Links to the things that I'll be talking about hopefully will be in the show notes, which will be on my blog. So if you're on YouTube, everything will be down below, or the link to my blog will be down below, or if you're on my blog already, everything's already there. In addition to that, I work at a yarn store. It's called The Modern Skein in Montgomery, Texas, and I will leave all the information for that in the show notes as well. So if you'd like to check us out in person, if you're local or visiting, we would love to see you, or if you are too far away, which is very sad, but that is understandable, that happens. There's a website that you can check out as well. So all that will be linked. There is quite a lot of knitting to show off, everyone. Quite a lot. But I've been gone. I took a week off because it was Thanksgiving here in America. So let's get started, shall we? Let us not carry on too long because we have a lot of knitting to talk about. So if you'd like to grab something tasty to drink, today I have tea and my super cute cat mug that Sam gave me forever ago. I think my birthday or Valentine's Day. One of the two, but it was like one of the first gifts that he gave me, which is very sweet, and I love this mug dearly. It also holds a lot of whatever beverage I'm drinking, which is also very handy because I'm very tired today because it's Monday and it's getting back to the schedule after Thanksgiving, and that is always a challenge, but irrelevant to the knitting podcast right now. So if you would like to grab something tasty to drink, whether it be hot or cold, something to snack upon, an animal to snuggle, something to craft upon, laundry to fold, dishes to wash, I don't know, anything, all of the above, whatever you so desire, and you can come back and join me for some crafty chat. I'm back. I took the week off, which was very wonderful. I had a wonderful time with my family, a wonderful time with Sam. We ate delicious food, we played games, I got a lot of knitting done, it was great. And now it's December 2nd or December 4th when you'll be watching this. So that means that advent calendars have started, everyone, which is very exciting. And that is one of the many items I will be showing you today. So I do apologize. Let me turn off my ringer, which is important. So where to begin? I don't know. Another thing that I wanted to discuss today, actually multiple things, I feel like. So I feel like I've read a decent amount. I don't remember what I've read. I've baked something besides, so I made a pumpkin cheesecake, which was very wonderful. A friend from the yarn store, a very dear friend, she recommended this cheesecake to me, and I made it. It was delicious. The recipe's by Paula Deen. It was very good. Would highly recommend it. That's what I've baked. So now baking is out of the way. Really honestly don't remember what I've read, but I also want to talk about Christmas music or holiday music, whatever you celebrate, because it is December, and those of us who prefer to listen to that type of music after Halloween, like myself, we're very prepared. We have lots of options for those of you who want to start after Thanksgiving, and you may already have your list of albums that you love and really enjoy, and that's not a holiday season without that particular album. I know that there are some albums that I grew up listening to that the minute I hear that person singing or singing a Christmas song or something like that, it just reminds me of like putting up the tree with my family or like Christmas morning or something like that. And so I just love Christmas music so much. Yes. So yes, I want to discuss Christmas music or holiday music, whatever you listen to, because I have stuff that I like and I want to hear what you like and what are some of your favorite albums that you listen to around the holidays. They may be Christmas, they may not. I don't know. Technically, the Nutcracker Suite by Tchaikovsky is not a Christmas album, but it is put in that time genre, kind of, because it's usually done around Christmas, but it's not technically Christmas. But I don't know. Anyway, so I want to discuss that, and I also just have a lot of knitting to share with you. I have so much knitting, everybody. And you know what? I'm doing amazing on my Christmas knits. It's just so awesome. I feel real good. So, where to begin? First off, just kind of shoved everything into a bag, and it's not super well organized, but that's okay. Let's go over Christmas gifts, shall we? So, we have already established, I have discussed with my dearest mama who watches my podcast, which is very sweet of her. She has seen what she's getting for Christmas, and that is not a big deal. We did discuss it, so there's no worries in that regard. But I'm making dishcloths, everybody. Look how many dishcloths I've made. And I've included a little I-cord on the end. I will assemble all of them and weave an ends when I'm done, just so I can like do a little loop like that, so you can hang it somewhere, wherever you so desire. Super easy. I'm using sugar and cream cotton. I get around 2 washcloths out of 1, and I have a little bit left over like this, so I'm gonna stripe them when I'm done so I can use as much cotton as I possibly can. And like, it's awesome. I am so happy with this. How many do I have? 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 9 so far. It's only December 2nd. What? What? So yes, I'm making pretty good progress. I feel like when I've gone to work, I've just thrown a new color of the cream and sugar, or sugar and cream or whatever, in my bag and my needles. And so I just make a point to make 2 dishcloths throughout the day. I might start with 1 and then knit on other stuff, which is, I've gotten a lot of that done as well. Excuse me, I'm recording a podcast. Can we please be quiet out there? We're discussing dishcloths. Hi, little child, little cat. Oh, he's found my socks that I forgot to pick up in the bathroom. They did not make it into the dirty laundry. Anyway, that has nothing to do with dishcloths. I do apologize. I feel very out of practice. It's amazing what 1 week of not recording will do to you. So, yes, I feel very good about this. So good. So I've done, let's see, I think I have 3 colors left. And one of these colors still needs the second one. So I have quite a lot. I'm very excited about it. It is gonna be awesome. I am like, oh my goodness. I kind of want to keep some for myself. No shame. They are wonderful. But I can make them for myself. Clearly, no big deal. In addition to that, another finished object. This is going to be for my father-in-law, who pretty sure doesn't watch this podcast, so I'm just going to show it to you anyway. This was a test knit for Anita. I mentioned this last week or the past 2 weeks, which is super awesome to knit. It's called a little hipster hat, and I'm now done with it. I don't believe the pattern is out quite yet, but it should be out soon. But it's a very basic, just straightforward. I'm going to try it on so you can see what it looks like. It will look very kind of silly on me, which is why I had Sam be the model for my pictures. So that's great. But this is the hat. And it's a bit more slouchy on me. More slouchy. People are texting me. I'm busy! Oh, it's just a spam ZipRecruiter. Leave me alone. Okay. Goodness. We just have a hat on and just go into town because it's cold. So yes, this is a Christmas present that's now done. All the ends are woven in because thanks to the wonderful, magical knitting wizard Stephen West, we all know how to weave in our ends as we go. Truly a life-changing bit of knowledge. And I say that not sarcastically, that is truly life-changing. Next, there was another Christmas gift that is done, but that's been done for a long time. That leaves the dragon for my nephew, which I am not worried about. I probably should start working on this soon, but yes. And then there's also little bits and pieces. I want to make something for Sam. If you're new, he's my husband. I usually make something for him, even if it's small, for Christmas, just because it's sweet. I'm not quite sure. I have a couple ideas. I need to check my yarn stash, but yeah, who knows? We'll see. I need to make a couple of cacti, little baby cacti, but that takes me such little time. I don't even know how little time it takes me. So that's also really good. I am so on top of it, people. This is crazy. We went from not having planned anything to having planned all the things. So much so I'm ahead, which is incredible. Look at me go. I'm gonna pat myself on the back for that one because I am just so organized, which is funny because I don't very much feel very organized in any other area except for my Christmas knitting right now. So we're gonna take that as a big victory because I can, and it's organized. That's all that really matters. And you know what? As slowly but surely everything else will be organized, and that's okay. That is okay. So we're going to take a tea break and just enjoy the rest of the knitting to share. I will say I did make a very good cup of tea today. So let's see what to show you first. This is probably the most drastic of progress. So I am working on this sweater that I dearly love. Aldous. Aldous, I don't know. I have fumbled over this I don't know how many weeks. I still have not taken the time to figure it out, and I do apologize. That is my fault. That is totally my fault. Yeah, so I do apologize. But now it's kind of become a thing that I just don't know the name of it. It's by Isabel Kramer. I love her patterns so much. Like, if I had the time and the funds and the yarn to make all of her patterns, I probably would. Probably would. No shame. Anyway, so not last week. I was not here last week. 2 weeks ago. This was not really done. And now it's done. The bottom is completely done. And I've started a sleeve. It's like I've made so much progress, people. And I did the split hem. There's two options. You can do a split hem or not a split hem, and I did, and I love this little detail. Like, it's so cool. It's kind of overlapped a little bit. You can see that this side is overlapped a little bit. And we got this cool braid that we did that's just super cool. Makes your yarn super tangled, but it's very worth the result. Faux seams are everywhere. I love it. I am just really enjoying this knit. So I'm using Camarose Yaku 416 in the mauve colorway. I do not happen to have a ball band with me, but I do remember that is what it is called. My mom brought me back, or my parents brought me this back from England when they went to, this came from Loop in Islington. This is such a good yarn, and it's very cost effective, and I would highly recommend it if you ever get the chance to knit with it. I know that they, Loop regularly puts it up on their website, so it's worth it. Such good yarn. And I think I actually, yeah, I have yarn for this to make, or this yarn to make, oh, I don't remember now, one of the Julie Steingass pullovers, which we're going to steek and make into a cardigan, and I'm very excited. Anyway, that has nothing to do with this one. This also has like fun saddle shoulder things. Looks cool. I'm sure it fits great. I actually haven't tried it on yet. No shame. I don't remember what day it was, but there was one, it was a span of 2 days, and I think I knit like 6 or 7 inches because we were driving everywhere. So many places for so like super fun things, very fun events. There was a wedding shower, there was a baby shower, there was something else, there was church, and there was something else. What was it? I don't remember. But anyway, there was a lot of driving. And so I got a lot of knitting done. And then it was also the type of event that I could knit at, which was really great. And so I just got a poop ton of knitting done, and I'm just very excited about it all. So this is my Aldous, I don't know, however you would like to pronounce it, because I don't know how, by Isabel Kramer. My mom has finished hers. Hers is bright red, and I just can't wait to wear them together. My goal had been to finish it and wear it on Thanksgiving. It was really hot here on Thanksgiving, so I'm glad that that didn't work out, because that would have been very sad, and nobody likes to be overheated on Thanksgiving because you're trying to have fun and you're trying to eat good food and you're with your family and friends, and you're like, I have no time to be overheated in this sweater that I knit and I really wanted to enjoy it, but now I can't because I'm overheated. Maybe that's just me, but I'm sure there are other people who would feel the same way about overheating in a sweater and then not being able to enjoy it. Very legitimate. Anyway, so this is very awesome. I'm really looking forward to finishing this soon, because like literally all that's left is sleeves. And I've got a lot of books coming in from the library, which I'm very excited about. So, yes. And then also with just toing and fromming with, because that's definitely a phrase, toing and frumming. We're just gonna go with it, for all the holiday events, which is super exciting. But again, lots of driving, lots of knitting time, events that I can knit at. Like, these sleeves are gonna get done, which leads me to my second point, or my second sweater, I should say. This is my Lillian cardigan by Carrie Bostic Hodge. This was the sweater that I taught as a class earlier this year at the Modern Skein. The body's done, a sleeve is done, one more sleeve, and potentially pockets. This could be sweater 20 of 2019. I don't know. But we're not going to push it. There is literally no rush. No rush. This sleeve was knit during Frozen 2 and Ford versus Ferrari, which was pretty awesome. So I got a lot of knitting done. Unfortunately, I ran out of knitting during Ford versus Ferrari. I did not feel confident enough to pick up sleeves, or pick up these stitches in the movie theater and getting started on it. I really wanted to, though. I did very seriously consider it, but I just didn't want to risk it. Because at one point I did realize I had dropped one stitch at some point, and I was like, oh no! This is a very dark yarn in a very dark place, and there's like no light going on at this moment in the movie. I can't see, and this stitch is just hanging out. had a little mini freak out, but everything was fine. And I continued on my merry way, and I still haven't bound this off, but it's literally ready to be bound off. So, Frozen 2 was great. Really loved it. The music was awesome. Ford versus Ferrari is very fun if you like cars and racing. It was a very good, very well made movie. It's very interesting. I learned a lot. Very enjoyable. And I got a lot of knitting done. We, tomorrow, or yesterday when you've seen this, or when you're watching this when it comes out, we're going to go see Knives Out with some friends, which I'm very excited for. So again, more knitting. My goal, which sleeve will I bring with me and which sleeve will I finish? That is the real question. I do not know. So yes, I'm using Barocco Vintage DK, which I'm really loving how this worked up. It's just a very, it's not dense, but it's not like super loosey-goosey either. And obviously that has to do with my gauge as well. I feel like I accidentally went down a needle size when I joined for the sleeves. You can kind of see a line right there. That's okay. You know what? Because blocking fixes everything. It really does. So I'm not going to worry about it. But then I switched and I went to some other needles that I have that I really love, and problem was solved. And again, ready to cast it off. So yes, this potentially could be more movie theater knitting. There's so many other movies coming out soon, like the new Star Wars, the Mr. Rogers movie, some other ones that I don't remember the name of. So, like, if I just knit straight through a movie, starting with the commercials, I feel like I could potentially get a sleeve done. My hands would be hurting, probably real bad. But the sleeve would be done. More importantly. Knitting comes first, comfort second. That's not true, it's being sarcastic here. Anyway, moving on to, what is this? Oh, why do I have this? Oh, I'm getting close to dividing for the sleeves. Wow, I'm just making so much progress everywhere. Put that there so I'm not going to lose it. This is my rug sweater. Hi, did you come back to visit? Are you coming back to visit? You want to look at my rug sweater? I'm loving this. And I have like a big old collection of stitch markers that have been used, and I didn't have a place to put them at the time, so they all just got attached to this one locking marker. And they make quite a happy jingly sound now. So yes, this is my rug sweater that I wanted to do for absolutely forever and ever. I have made some adjustments to the color work because I don't really like doing one stitch in the contrasting color and then knit like 20 stitches in the main color and have to carry floats, because nobody has time for that. There are people out there who do, and they are very dedicated, and I just, no. More power to you. I like my highest respect to you if you do that, but I do not. And so what I'm going to go and do after I'm done is duplicate stitch where I have missed or left off the one stitch or whatever. So that should be easy. I'm not worried about it. It will probably take me a while, but I really don't like catching floats. Like, if I did not have to catch a float ever again, I would be so happy. I just really don't like them. And I say that, and I just really love colorwork sweaters, and like, you have to catch your floats. There's just no way around it. You gotta. And just need to get over myself, but I don't. So, and I make it work another way. And then in the end, it'll all block out, right? This is my Cascade 220 in the Shire colorway, and then, or Cascade excuse me, Cascade Eco Wool in the shower colorway, and then the white or the cream is Cascade 220. And let's see, hold on, we have a yarn Christmas question from my husband, which is very imperative, which, you know, that's a good sign. He's very sweet and buys me yarn. What am I doing? Okay, I'm looking up the designer of this, the rug sweater, by Yunko Okamoto, excuse me. Yunko Okamoto. It is a free pattern, which is also a huge plus. Thank you for free patterns. They are really wonderful. So that's very exciting. I haven't worked on this in a couple of days, but I have worked on it in the past like 2 weeks or whatever. So that's why I'm including it. I'm getting close to dividing for the sleeves, and I feel like once there's not very much left after that, I'm almost done with this biggest colorwork chart, which has taken the most time. So I think once I'm done with that, I think it'll go pretty quickly, which is very exciting. And I still have a poop ton of yarn left, and I think I could potentially make it without having to wind up my second Cascade Eco Wool skein, which would be insane. I don't know, but we will see. So yes, loving that. I want to finish this soon so I can wear it, because I know that we have cold days coming, and like today is currently a cold day. Not that I could wear it because it's not even divided for the sleeves, but we do have cold days coming, and we usually have cold days occasionally up until February, maybe March if we're lucky. So I still have time to wear it. So, and then there's also air conditioning, so like, I can make things work. Yarn question has been answered. The information has been supplied. Okay, so everybody, now we have the funness. This is my Advent bag that I'm using. This is an old project bag. I realize I could be using a Christmas bag of mine or project bag. I can't find them, which is very sad. I know they're somewhere in this apartment, but I cannot find them. So we had to run out the door because we were headed to church, and because I knit in church and I had all this yarn, I didn't want it floating around in my bag, and I have something in my eye. This is what I pulled out, and I forget how much I love this bag. Yeah, it's bicycles. I've had this bag for forever. I think it was like a prize that I won or something like that. Anyway, so advent calendars. My mom and I are doing Christmas at Hogwarts Year 3. We chose the option of the Hufflepuff house because we are both Hufflepuffs. And that is done by Dragon Horde Yarns and Yarn Cafe Creations. It's Tristan, the daughter, and Christy, her mom. They are wonderful human beings, and they make incredible yarn. I had not knit with either of their yarns before until this, and oh my goodness, I am so in love with this yarn. So yes, this is kind of spoilery, but it is, when you see this, the first will have significantly passed, so unless you're very behind. The first one was based off of Honeydukes, which is a candy shop, and that is what it is. So you're probably also wondering, what pattern are we doing? Good question. We are let me tell you, we're doing the Litmus Cowl by Amy Florence, also the dyer behind Stranded Dye Works. It's just like a stripy cowl that you can use any yarn with. It's a provisional cast on, so we'll be joining the ends together. In between the Advent day, we're going to be doing like a black stripe like this from Life in the Long Grass. And this is what I have so far. So I have opened, I have opened day 2, which like I thought that I really loved the first one, and then I opened the second one and I realized I loved that one even more. So we're on like a good track of yarn love right now. You know what I mean. But like, it's just so pretty. Like, I can't even. And I love this base so much. So much. So this is called Inflating Aunt Marge, which is, if you're unfamiliar, there's an ant that gets inflated like a balloon and floats away in the garden. Clearly not super up on my Harry Potter facts, which I'm working on. But, so yes, this is going to go next. This is not probably going to work very well, but you can kind of see how it's going to go. Ta-da! I'm so excited. So yes, this is number 1. And you're like, number 1? Does that mean you have 2 of them? And I would say yes, because Sharon, my boss and the owner of the Modern Skein, she gifted me and the other 2 girls who work at the store, Julie and Heather, with one of her advent calendars, which is based off of Friends. And so I am just gonna do a stripy scarf that's on the bias because it's super easy, and I think it'll be a really cool, like, just a good way to show off the yarn. So here's what I have so far. Clearly made a lot of progress. This was my second cast on, so I haven't worked on this as much. But this first one is called The One Where It All Began, or The One Where It All Started, or something like that. Here's the little mini skein. This is a single base, and it's very pretty. And then the second one, which is from today when I'm recording, which is called Chandler Bing Sweater Vest, or Sweater Vests. Just also very, very gorgeous, and I can't wait to knit it. I think it'll look very pretty next to this blue. So I don't know if I'm going to be fading it. I don't know if I'm going to just be striping it. I honestly have no idea what I'm doing. I just cast on until I had a little tail left and went to town, and this is what I have. So I'm slipping the stitches on the ends, so I've got a nice little edge. I don't know, would you guys be interested in the pattern? I'll probably write it in my the project notes on Ravelry whenever this is done, which hopefully will not be next December. That is the goal, to get things done on time, because being on time is important, right? Yes. So I need to wind up the ones from day 2. And when I'm done with this and I'm done with my laundry, I will get to knit on my new advent calendar, and I can read the night. Yes, like again, like I said, I have so many books coming. We have events where I could just sit and knit. These are good mindless things that I can sit and knit on, and then it's a fun like conversation starter, because then you have to explain what a yarn advent calendar is, and it's like, what? I love it so much. So yes, advent calendars are super fun. They are kind of on the more expensive side, but you are getting such a fun package, and there's usually gifts and like stitch markers, and like the Harry Potter one came with a wax and wool candle, which I have never even seen before in person, and I'm just so excited to finally have one. That's called Herbology, and I love it. It smells so good. Sam loves the smell too, which is even better. Like, it just burns so well. I love it. In the Friends one, there's stickers. There was a stitch marker and a pin. Like, It's awesome. But there's also really fun things that you can do. Like if you have a knitter friend or something, you can put together advent calendars for yourself or for your friend, and then you can exchange. So you might be like, I don't want to knit from my stash for Advent because I already know what it all looks like. And I totally get that. But if you have a friend who has a totally different stash than you do, you can just be like, hey, why don't you wind up like 5 grams or 10 grams of whatever for me, like for 25 days, and I'll do the same for you, and then we'll swap. Or you could figure something out with like a bunch of friends or something like that. I think that would be very fun to try. I have never done that, but I think that's a really cool way to just like, I don't know. You're not spending as much money. Obviously you have to like mail a package, or if you're local you can swap it in person, but there's less of a cost. But whatever you choose to do, it's super fun to do, and whether you celebrate Advent or not, it's still just, we're all like, it's a huge knit along because everybody's doing their Advent calendars now. We're all working on mini skeined projects, which is super fun. So I really like it. It's a lot of fun. I know I keep saying this. I would highly recommend it. There are so many fun Advent calendar mini skein projects out there that you can pick from. So yes, it's very fun, and it's very mindless, so I can do other things while it is going on, and I can just read all the books and listen to all the things and watch all the movies, and it's wonderful. I love it so much, so much. You may be like, I feel a little closer to you. Are you closer to the camera? And I would say no. The battery ran out of my camera and it's now plugged into the wall. And so I had to scoot you a little bit closer because this cord is not very long. So yes, that is that. Now you've been updated. That is all the knitting that I think that I've done. There's probably more. There's also probably other things that I meant to talk about and I can't remember. They'll probably come to me tomorrow when I'm editing this, and I'm gonna be like, okay, make a note to talk about it next week, which, yes, will be a thing. But, so, oh, Sam is done with all my Christmas shopping. How wonderful. I am almost done with his, but he really beat me to it. He was way on top of it this year. What am I looking for? Oh, we're looking for Christmas music. Yes, okay. Let us discuss this. I love Christmas music so much. It brings me so much joy. I cannot even begin to explain it. So, I have a Spotify playlist called Merry Christmas. It's like just basically I've taken my favorite albums, Christmas albums, and put them into one playlist so I can just shuffle through, and that's super cool. If there's a way that I can link that in the show notes, I will try, so you can have access to this as well if you would like. I don't know if that's possible. I feel like it is, because I know that other people do it, so why can't I do it? I don't know. We'll figure that out. But if it's not there, I do apologize. So anyway, you could potentially listen to my Christmas playlist that I've put together. So, what are my favorites? We have like the traditional Bing Crosby, Nat King Cole, Frank Sinatra, all those kinds of songs. Those are solid classics. I also really love, there's Bing Crosby. Yes, we know that we really like him. Oh, the Polar Express album is very good. Would highly recommend that for sure. She and Him, their Christmas, it's called A Very She and Him Christmas. They're very kind of like, not folksy, but kind of like retro-y soundy. It's very soothing. So if you're looking for something that's a little bit more mellow, or like a jazzy, I don't know, like a cocktail party or something like that, this would be a good album for that. I really love their album. Andrea Bocelli, again, can't go wrong, good classic. James Taylor. James Taylor, his Christmas album is one of those ones that, like, if I hear him singing any Christmas song, or if I hear his voice, it reminds me of Christmas, because that, like, James Taylor is one of my dad's favorite artists, and so we would listen to that a lot at Christmas time. Let's see. Johnny Swim has another really good Christmas album. I think it's more of like an EP. There's not as many songs on it. I think there's maybe 5, but it's also very good. Sarah McLachlan, that's a good Christmas album for sure. It's called Winter Song, another classic. Celtic Woman, can't go wrong. With all of these, you just really can't go wrong. The Muppets Christmas Carol, another solid choice. Which is also another very solid Christmas movie. Yes, just love it so much. J.J. Heller, I love her music in general. Very soothing, very calming. It's not super, super peppy, which, like, you don't always want to listen to super peppy music. Like, we're not always wanting to be Mariah Carey singing All I Want for Christmas Is You. That's not everybody all the time. So we have, like, chill Christmas music as well. Lindsay Sterling, she's the violinist that dances around and does incredible stuff. So there's no singing, I don't think, but it's very, very beautiful instrumental. Scroll, scroll, scroll! Ooh, I have a couple songs from Barbara Streisand's Christmas Memories album. Very good. More She and Him, the album is Christmas Party. Ooh, yes, okay, this is a new favorite, so much so. So Leslie Odom Jr., he was in Hamilton. That's like, I think that's what his claim to fame is. I don't know if he was popular or like famous before that. I'm assuming he was because he's an incredibly talented person. But like, his Christmas album is so good. So good. Would highly recommend. Please go look it up. Lauren Daigle, I love her. Her Christmas music is just so good. So good. Ella Fitzgerald, another solid choice. Louis Armstrong. Christian Chenoweth has good songs. Christmas music. If you're wanting a more poppy Christmas, Sia has a really good Christmas album. I don't remember who that is, so I don't know. Again, Tchaikovsky, can't go wrong. It's the Nutcracker Suite, like, you can't go wrong. Let's see. I don't remember who that is, but yes, okay. So these people are like scattered throughout this playlist, but will forever and always be just favorite artists in general, but also specifically Christmas. Number 1, well, I like them for different reasons. So they're not like one is more than the other. But I love Pentatonic's Christmas music so much. It's like the best. Like, there's a good chance, there's probably about like an 80% chance that I'm listening to their ultimate Christmas playlist that they have on Spotify on my way to and from work after Halloween. There's a pretty good chance. Once it's past Thanksgiving, it's even higher. So, I would highly recommend it. If you're unfamiliar with Pentatonics, they're kind of like an a cappella group. Their harmonies are incredible. They are so insanely talented would highly recommend it. And they do such a wide range of Christmas songs. So there's like the regular Christmas carols and like the hymns and stuff, and then there's also like all the popular songs, and then there's not as popular songs that they've done that I was not familiar with. So yeah, so would highly recommend them out. Recommend them out? No. Recommend them, most definitely. And another one that I just really love, his Christmas album, is Josh Groban. And we just all, like, how can we not love Josh Groban, in my personal opinion? If you don't like him, I understand. That's okay. We can still be friends, I think. But yes, I just have a very deep love of all of his music, especially the Christmas album. It's not, to me, it's not the holiday season without listening to his Christmas music. And he's actually on the Polar Express album, so that's pretty fun. And there are some other ones that I feel like that are not on that playlist. Spotify does a really good job of putting together Christmas music playlists, so if you want, I really like the Christmas Coffee House playlist. The Christmas Pop playlist is really good. It's like a good compilation of more popular current artists that you might not realize are out there, because I don't do a super good job of like listening to current artists all the time, because I like the music that I like and I want to listen to the music that I like, and it may probably is not the current music. So I don't know what's going on in regards to current artists, but that's okay, because that's why we have Spotify, to educate us and let us know who has new Christmas music. Yes. So, Christmas music is very wonderful. It's like, to me, it's such a huge part of the season. Like, it's like putting up a tree, or having presents, or not even necessarily having presents, but it's just like, it's such a huge part of the season, because you're celebrating Christ's birth. And you use music to celebrate, or that's one of the many things that you can use to celebrate, or whatever you're celebrating, whatever holiday that you are celebrating this time of year. There's just so much that can be done with happy music, or more somber music, or just chill music, whatever you need. Music can be such a big part of that, and so it's just great to have a really good playlist ready to go whenever you need it. Turn it on the Bluetooth speakers. It'll really help you clean the kitchen fast. Speaking from experience, it really does help. Or decorate. Like, that's also a super fun time to have Christmas music. There's not a time that it isn't fun to have Christmas music around Christmas time. Though that's an extreme statement, I realize there are some situations where it would not be okay, or probably wouldn't be the best idea. But, for the most part, it would. I feel like I've talked a lot about Christmas music, so let's move on, shall we? But before we do, let me know, what are some of your staple holiday albums? Who are your favorite artists for Christmas music or whatever? Just because I like to continually be adding and taking away and putting in and stuff, so this playlist can be just like the best, in my opinion. Like, it's all my favorite Christmas music. So let me know. I would be very interested to hear, and so I can add to my collection of Christmas songs, words. So yes, please leave me a comment below. I would greatly appreciate it. So, what is left? Baking. So we kind of already talked about this, but I talked about the cheesecake before, which was very good. Would highly recommend. I am going to be making this week, for sure, Oreo truffles. Whether they will be peppermint or not, I don't know yet. I haven't decided that, but that is an option. So it's been a while since I've made any kind of truffles. It's a no-bake thing. You chill it, all that jazz. You cover it in chocolate. It's amazing. I know they're very easy. I just haven't done it in a very long time. But the recipe is from a blog and an Instagrammer that I trust all of her recipes, and her instructions are really great, so I'm not worried about it. But I'm very excited. I won't be doing that today. Might be doing that tomorrow. I don't know. It's just weird with all, the holiday happened, the week was really busy, and, nothing was a regular schedule because we were just having so much fun. And so then today was, the fun didn't stop until yesterday evening, pretty late. So this morning it was okay, time to really quickly regroup so we can get back into the schedule now. And it's there's no easing into this. There's it's either all or nothing. Gotta get it done right now. So I need to take care of groceries, and I need to plan out the meals and all this other stuff. Haven't written anything down in my planner. I feel very disorganized, which is why I said the thing about the Christmas gifts, because I feel very organized with that. But my planner is empty for the week and I'm feeling kind of lost. So I'm going to fix that when I'm done with this. And my laundry and my Advent knitting. And I have my tea. I might turn on a Hallmark Christmas movie to play in the background, because why not? Why not? Yes. Is that everything? I think I've talked about everything. Yes. Hello. Beeping noise. I'm almost done recording. Could you please wait a little bit longer and then I'll be done? But yes, so that is all that I have for you this week. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being patient while I took a break over the Thanksgiving week. I had a lot of fun with my friends and my family. It was truly wonderful. Obviously got a lot of knitting done. So we'll see, excuse me, we'll see how much knitting I get done this coming week, because next week I'll have a lot of fun Advent stuff to show you for sure. We'll see how well I keep up with it. We're having positive thoughts about it, so positive thoughts. And yeah, if you like to follow me on any of my social medias, I have Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and Ravelry. I'm most active on Instagram, like I said, so if you like to follow me, all of the places, none of the places, few of the places, I will not be offended. Whatever you would like to do. All the show notes and the yarn store information will be in the show notes, because the show notes are in the show notes, which is on my blog. So if you're on YouTube, the link to my blog will be down below. Yes. I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving if you were celebrating that here in America. And I hope you had wonderful food and good friends and family time. Hope you had safe travels. And yeah. If you had craftiness going on, then I hope that it was all successful, that you also had a lot of knitting or crafting time. That your Christmas gifts, if you are making any, that they are going very well. Just such good planning. You got this. It's only the 2nd or the 4th, potentially, when you watch this or when it's coming out. You still got lots of time. You can totally finish whatever you're working on before the 24th. And I mean, technically you have midnight on the 24th, so... or midnight on the 25th, technically. Or, I mean, if we really want to get down, want to get into it, which I've done this before, you're literally finishing an item 10 minutes before gifts are being opened. So that also can apply, so you can really cut it down to the wire if you really need to. But you don't, because you're super organized, and you got this. It'll be great. Everyone will love their gifts. Because it's a handmade gift that you thought about for this particular person. And that's awesome. This is a little pep talk there. Yes. Because we all need them for Christmas knitting for sure. But yes, I hope this coming week with your crafty plans, hope they are successful. I don't know why I keep reaching out my arms here and there. I'm just waving my arms around. Yes, next week should be just a regular podcast like normal. nothing different. I don't know. Please let me know your holiday music suggestions. What are your favorite artists? And yeah, I will try and link my playlist in the show notes. So if you have Spotify, or if that's your music streaming app of choice, then you should be able to click on the link and then go and follow it if you'd like, or listen to it in your browser, I think, if you're on your computer. So I believe that's how it works. I could be completely wrong, but that's my guess. That's how it's worked for me in the past when I've done that, so I feel like it would be the same. I don't know. We'll find out when I put together the show notes. So, and that's not right now, so we'll find that out later. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you for coming back and watching my podcast every single week. It means a lot. So, yes. I hope you have a wonderful week and you continue to have a wonderful weekend. I switched that up. I said I was out of practice. 1 week can really throw you off. I know it doesn't seem like much, but it really, for some reason, it's just wait, what do I say? I have no idea. How long have I been doing this? Not long enough, apparently. But yes, so on that note, I will stop talking because I'm just rambling at this point. So, thank you for watching. Happy knitting. Happy listening to holiday music and all that jazz. And I'll see you guys next week.